watching Two Button Crew.
Your daily Nintendo dose of fandom.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Simeon.
We're here today to review Hyrule Warriors Legends for the 3DS. We've only made one episode about this show so far, and that was when it leaked. You remember when it leaked, Simeon?
I do remember when it leaked, and we talked about the giant bow staff, sail staff, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was about 1 year ago.
Holy cow.
Uh-huh. And we also made fun of the sword clipping in from
yes.
that Girahima's holding.
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to report to you that that is still intact.
The clipping?
Yeah.
Yay!
All kinds of jankiness is still intact.
So you played this game, and just to clarify, you're playing this game on a new Nintendo 3DS.
That's right, Simeon.
And it runs differently on the new Nintendo 3DS than it would on a normal 3DS. That's why.
New 3DS model has more RAM.
So you can get more enemies on the screen at the same time.
More. I also played the original on the Wii U and beat it there, so I have some frame of context to compare those.
Yes. Talk to me about it.
I enjoyed the Wii U version a lot, and then there's some significant pros and cons that this remake for the 3DS introduces. So a new feature they've added is the ability to switch characters on the fly within levels. That is very nice. You're not locked into the character that you choose from the beginning. It's very handy. It also just gives you more variety during the level. You can be different characters, and all the characters have some really unique moves and stuff, and they're better for different situations. It's also really helpful for keeping them from dying. If you notice someone's health meter is getting low, you just tap on their face, and you play as them better than the computer would for you. Yeah. And then if you need to get to something like a bomb chew to protect it, you just pick who's closest to it, and helps you beat the levels kind of quicker. So those are all some really nice benefits of being able to switch characters, absent in the Wii U version. They added some new characters with this one: Tetra, Toon Link, King of Red Lions, Linkle, and Skull Kid. So a ton of Wind Waker, Peeps, and Skull Kid, which probably because they remade Majora's Mask recently.
And Linkle.
Yeah.
How is Linkle?
Linkle is great.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I hope you get the choice of Link or Linkle in the next Zelda game. That would be cool. So there's also a few new maps, some new weapons, like Ganondorf gets a trident. So even though he's not Wind Waker Ganondorf, he can use the Wind Waker weapon.
Very cool.
Yep. And then the nice bonus about this is if you buy the 3DS version, you're going to get some ability to get that DLC onto the Wii U version. I wasn't able to try that out because I game flew Hyrule Warriors for Wii U.
What did you catch? I'm so sorry to hear that you got the game flu.
Thanks, I mean. So here's the cons, though. There's a really bad pop-in rate even on the new 3DS, and a terrible pop-in rate on the original 3DS. And by pop-in, I'm talking about when things appear on the screen. Like, you can always see the background, but the closer you get to the background, the objects and the enemies between you and the background start just appearing out of thin air, and that's a pretty short range.
Like Big Rig's over-the-road racing bad?
Yeah. And then also, another bad thing about if you're playing this on the original 3DS is there's no 3D. They needed all that power to run the game. So it's just a 2D game. You might as well have a 2DS.
Wow.
So considering the above cons, I think that this game should have been a new Nintendo 3DS exclusive, just like Xenoblade was. Because if it's a game that takes that much power, why even offer it if it's going to run so sluggishly on the 3DS?
Yeah, it's a worse game.
Yeah. So overall, here are some thoughts. There are some really good improvements, but I think those also maybe should have been in the Wii U version from the start. I mean, I can understand adding DLC as we go, but switching characters should have been in the Wii U from the start. And then I think my biggest thing about reviewing this game was that it was just really hard for me to get into and hard for me to play because there wasn't enough new stuff to keep me interested, having already beaten the Wii U game. I think I would really recommend this version, though, to someone who hasn't played Hyrule Warriors at all, because the type of gameplay that this game has is better suited to a handheld than to a home console, I think. You can beat a level in 10 to 20 minutes, you know. You can get into it really easily. There's not much story to follow. It's kind of sin and punishment style, you know, crazy.
Pick it up, blow stuff up, and then set it down.
So I think it is well suited to the handheld, but since it's worse than the Wii U version, maybe they could have made it on 3DS first and then released like Hyrule Warriors HD.
That would have been cool.
That strategy just would have made more sense. And if you think about it, that's what Smash Bros. Did. We don't have very many cross-platform 3DS and Wii U games.
No.
But Smash Bros. Went before it, and I think the 3DS version sold much better having been first than it would have if an inferior version launched
later
after the Wii U version.
I agree.
So having beat the Wii U version, I just kind of dreaded picking this game up, even though I can appreciate how good of a handheld game it is. It just should have came out first. So if you haven't played Hyrule Warriors at all, I would recommend picking this version instead of the Wii U version because it's really good to pick up and play. So those are my thoughts. Simeon, do you have any questions for me?
Just a couple of questions. Now, I know I played a little bit of the Wii U version, and obviously it had a story mode, which this one has. Is like the story the exact same?
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the exact same games with these few exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like the new characters, they come with their own new maps and stuff, so there's a little extra story. But
okay.
Yeah.
Now, we've discussed giving games ratings or not. Are you going to give this game a rating?
Oh, I forget. Did I do that? Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Let me just scroll down my notes a little bit.
I was like, I didn't see you give it a score.
So I think that I sounded a bit gripey, but that's just purely from the fact that it's a worse version overall and should have came first. Overall, it's still a good game. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, whereas if I had reviewed the Wii U version, that probably would have gotten like a 7.5. Mm-hmm. So they're pretty close. They each have their merits.
Both have their ups and downs. Well,
yeah.
Go pick it up if you haven't played the Wii U version yet. If you have the Wii U version,
just be content.
Be content.
Yeah. All right. What do you think about mashing up a Nintendo franchise with the Dynasty Warriors? Is there any other Warriors series you would like?
Oh my goodness.
Zelda was a pretty good fit.
Yeah, Zelda is a pretty good fit. I mean, probably a lot of Fire Emblem people would like Fire Emblem. I can't imagine Mario doing this, though.
What about, like, Federation Warriors?
That'd be cool.
You could be Samus. You could be all of the bounty hunters.
Mm-hmm.
You could be the Federation Force if you want.
Yeah.
Those are probably underpowered.
Yeah.
Just blasting away space pirates and stuff.
Blowing them up. Blowing up big bosses like Ridley.
Yeah, that could be a pretty good fit.
It might. Hey, futuristic. I don't know how extensive. Oh, I do know how extensive it is. They have the Gundam Dynasty Warrior game, so they do have some sci-fi, so there is precedent to it. So
there you go.
It could happen. Make it happen, people.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to comment down below what your favorite part of this game has been for you. If you've enjoyed it, or if you haven't enjoyed it yet, or you'd never enjoyed it to begin with, leave your comment below.
Yes, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew. We'll see you next time.
Signing out.
Did I already thank them for being part of the crew?
I think so.
Oh, I'm very appreciative.
Yes, you are.